Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Car Question. You asked for it, and yes, you were right to ask that because the used market is impressive. It's not everybody that can buy a vehicle and got a lot of money in their pockets. So sometime finding a used with 1 year, 2 years, 3 years old, well, it's going to be affordable and really interesting when those vehicles are losing a lot of value over time. So I went to see my friend at Occasionville de Québec, and I said to Carl, well, what are we going to choose when I check the inventory? And I choose a Journey, and yeah, okay, calm down people. I know this is not one of the best out there. The history is kind of bad at the start, but it got better over time. So I choose a 2012 RT model of the Dodge Journey. We've got the V6 with all-wheel drive. You can also choose between 5-passenger and 7-passenger. It's based on the same platform as the Chrysler Sebring and the Dodge Avenger. When you look at the exterior, you can see that it's muscular. You've got those nice chrome wheels. The RT package will add some distinction to it. You've got all the roof rail that you need to put a cargo on top, and you've got that minivan look, well, a little bit when you look at the front, but it's not a minivan. When you go inside, you've got a lot of storage, and look at that, under the seat, right there on the floor, you've got that Uconnect system that we really like, and you've got those materials that are not really bad when it comes to the feeling, the touch of it, but sometimes build quality feels a little bit loose. You've got 2 engine choice possible, and you've got the 4-cylinder, which is a 2.4 liter inline-four, 173 horsepower, 166 pound-feet of torque. Stay away from that engine. It's mated to an old 4-speed automatic transmission, and believe me, it's not performant. All the Toyota Corolla will pass you by and they won't even be flooring it. And it's not really fuel efficient also. The version that you might want to go for is the 6-cylinder, 3.6 liter, 283 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque. This is the Pentastar engine. It's going to give you better acceleration. And it's also mated to a 6-speed transmission, which is way more efficient than the 4-speed. And also you can have all-wheel drive. And remember, this is going to be a great question though. Do you think it will pass the diagonal test? Put your bets right now in the comment section down there. You will see later the video. But still, the all-wheel drive, you can feel that there's sometimes a delay when you're accelerating on an icy surface. If you want to get out of those sticky situations, floor it, and as soon as it's going to sense that it's losing traction up front, it's going to send power to the rear wheels. And also, when you're going to be rolling, it's not the all-wheel drive that will disconnect itself. It's going to stay there between a range of speed, so it's going to give you a more enjoyable driving and a more dynamic feeling. Towing capacity is at 2,500 pounds for the V6 model that we have. Fuel consumption, 9.5 liter per 100 with the 6-cylinder, 9.2 liter per 100 with the 4-cylinder, and this is not really impressive. It's nearly the same number. This is for the front-wheel drive version. When you go with all-wheel drive, 14.5 in the city, it's a major difference that you have, but believe me, it's going to be more efficient when it's going to come to acceleration or simply enjoying the journey. So when you talk about road handling, it's average. Acceleration are okay with the V6, and forget about the 4-cylinder. It's feeling so dated. The braking force, average for the segment, not impressive, but okay. The direction is really light. You don't even feel some feedback. It's really easy to turn in parking mode, but not one of the most fun out there. Suspension, better than the previous version in the year 2009, 2010. This one's a little bit firmer, so it's more enjoyable on the road. General comfort is acceptable. Let's go back in time, and yes, the 2000 years were not that great for the Journey. A lot of problem. braking problem in the rear, water infiltration, electronic problem, the lights, the horn, the starter, the faulty module, the TIPM, totally integrated power module. Go away from those years 2009 and 2010. Do not buy them. In 2011, well, they made some improvement because the Pentastar engine was available in the Journey. In 2012, minor problems, only the brakes, be sure you check them. 2014 and more, you got some recall about the transmission that was not really shifting right. There's a recall about that, about the loss of power from the transmission pump that lead to a failure. So be sure that you hit your dealer and ask about that if you've got those strange feeling with the transmission. Otherwise, the model that we have right here, if you're gonna do an inspection of that, the reliability did get better over time. You know, everybody was telling me, oh, it's gonna be bad. And I said to myself, oh, it's not that bad. But if you're gonna do an inspection before you buy that 2012 model, here's a few hints. Be sure to check the V6 engine. You've got those head gaskets, you've got some leaks that could appear. The brake, you need to do more maintenance on them. And if the previous owner didn't do that, you might want to change them. And in the rear, it's going to cost a little bit of money though. Be sure to check for the cooling components. You know, there's some little snaps that hold all these components together that are really fragile over time. But if they break, you're gonna have some loss, and that's where it could hurt your engine. So be careful with that. And you've got a few electronic problems that comes with the GPS, the Bluetooth. The dealer has a lot of modules that can easily be replaced. So be sure to hit the dealer and check for the proper parts to replace those. And a fun fact, I saw a lot of people complain about the fuel tank size. It seems that on paper and in reality, it's not the same number. So you won't be able to do the mileage announced on the website or on paper. So feel free to comment about that if you have this kind of experience with your Journey. So let's talk about comparison. The segment is full of interesting vehicles, and that's where it hurts. The Kia Sorento, the Hyundai Santa Fe, the Toyota Highlander, the Honda Pilot, the Mazda CX-9, the Chevrolet Traverse, they are all great. And believe me, better than the Journey. It's showing its age. It's not really young, and they haven't been any makeover to that vehicle. So the competition is aggressive out there. But there's only one place where they won't catch the Journey, and it's price. The final price that you will pay for a 7-passenger with this kind of equipment and the power of the V6 and all-wheel drive. Otherwise, the minus points, well, stay away from the 4-cylinder. Also, it's feeling dated. 2009 is a long time ago. The reliability was not that great over time, so it's kind of hurting right now the reputation of this one, which is not too bad. This one has 70,000 kilometers and it doesn't feel like it. On the plus side though, you've got a lot of interior storage. The multimedia system is kind of cool and we love that one. And you've got also a non-beatable price. In conclusion, why buy a brand new Journey when you can get one with 1 year old, 2 years old, a few kilometers on the ODO and pay half the price? Great question out there. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that little review of a used model. If you have any question, feel free to comment in the section down there below. Do a thumbs up because you like that video and subscribe to Car Question because we'll probably do more used car review video. Take care.